Tennessee put an end to Texas and any hopes of a Cinderella run through Nashville. 83 to 72 victory for the Vols, and it it felt bigger than that. The game felt much more like Tennessee controlled it much more than that. Trey Johnson was in foul trouble, only finished with 11 points. Tennessee kept him from getting into rhythm. It took them a little bit to get into the game. Chazanier was great. Your favorite guy, Zakai Ziegler, had 19 and 6. Just a good performance from a Tennessee team. Like this is what you expected them to do.
Yeah, it was very, what's the best way to describe it? It was just one of those surgical performances.
Yes.
Professional. I don't think Tennessee did anything over the top, but they definitely didn't come out and do anything below the bar either. It was very professional. It was very business-like demeanor. We're going to come in, handle business, and we're going to leave. I thought Texas was fine, by the way. Thought they hung in great. Obviously, they didn't cover the spread, as some of us learned the hard way. There was a foul down the stretch that objectively was completely unnecessary, Texas. I mean, you're down 9 with 20 seconds to go. That just couldn't have been less necessary. We could just ended the game. Like, what were y'all going to do? They miss. You hit three threes in 20 seconds? Probably not. This isn't the NBA. We don't advance the ball. So that was really unnecessary. But other than that, I thought Texas was fine. Not the greatest Trey Johnson game, but I mean, he's a freshman. It's going to happen.
What do you think how Texas is sitting for the NCAA tournament picture right now? Because if they won this game, I think they would have been in. I think as it sits right now, they are probably right on the cut line.
I think they should be in. I'll be honest. I think it would be a catastrophe if they don't get in. I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a lot of other good at-large teams, bubble teams, I guess you could say. If you're on the bubble, though, I'm leaning the SEC every single time.
They have the most quad one wins of any of those teams on the bubble with seven. 15 losses is a lot. Seven quad one wins is also a lot. I think it'd be really cool to see this team in Dayton. Selfishly, just want to see more Trey Johnson. But from Tennessee's perspective, to me, this was almost not peak Tennessee, but this was the version of Tennessee you wanted to see start the postseason. That
Right.
showed up, that took care of business, didn't go through one of those offensive ruts, but also wasn't like shooting at an unrealistic pace to maintain. This was a very repeatable performance, and they were focused.
Yeah, it was very professional. Very, 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 very
Great way to put
professional.
it. Yeah.
It's just very professional. They knew they were better than Texas, and they didn't mess around with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you're looking for out of some of the best teams in the country, where it's just like, hey, you're better than them. Why are we letting them hang around?
Right.
And Tennessee said, we're good. I mean, they kind of did in the first half, but I think that was to be expected. They're feeling it out. Texas was fresh coming off the game yesterday. The moment Texas got a bit of heavy legs, Tennessee said, let's put an end to this.
Yeah.
And they did. And it was just very businesslike.
It really was. Now they get to put that business up against Auburn. I think they played one time this year, and that was the 2 point game that Auburn won, where there was some questionable Janai Broom calls or non calls down the stretch that Vols fans were talking about online. Gonna be a really fun game. Gonna be a really fun game. Got a full preview for that up on the channel, so make sure you go check that out, and then like and subscribe.